Good morning, everyone. This is Dr. Armstrong back again with another episode of Tuesday Tips. Last week, I took a little short week off. So today we're going to jump back into some of the good stuff. Today's episode is going to be mainly about doing something beneficial and good for yourself, okay? And it is maintaining strong boundaries. Maintaining strong boundaries. We often set a boundary, but then we lose sight on the maintaining of the boundary. And when we maintain a boundary, it helps us to set the expectation for our friends, our family members, and even for ourselves, because we want to do what we set. Setting a boundary is a goal that a lot of people in today's society should have. Maintaining a boundary now is also about self-care. It's so crucial to the element of self-care that you set these boundaries so that maintaining them can come easy to you, okay? But we have to get ourselves into the habit of maintaining the boundary, okay? So we're going to go through some short tips here of what maintaining a boundary can look like, okay? What maintaining a boundary can look like. I will be referring over to my laptop, so if it's a little unorthodox as far as visual perception is concerned, that is why. But I will do my best here. The number one thing with maintaining a strong boundary is to name your limits. Name your limits. You can set good boundaries, but the opposite of that is you can not set a strong boundary if you are unsure of where you stand yourself. So that means there has to be some self-reflection, okay? Identify your physical, emotional, mental, and even spiritual limits. Identify those. Search them, map them out, whatever they may look like, okay? To maintain those. Know your limits on all of those aspects, the physical, the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual. Consider, number one is this, consider what it is that you can tolerate. Okay? Consider what you can tolerate and accept what you can tolerate and how it makes you feel comfortable or uncomfortable, or how it makes you feel stressed or not stressed. Those feelings, what you feel on the inside, okay? That's what can help identify your limits. Getting in touch with your feeling. And this is especially for Black men. Get in touch with what you're feeling, okay? I mean, and it goes for everyone. But I single this out for Black men because we're taught so often, oh man, get over it. It's going to be all right. You know, hey, what? You'll be all right. Don't even think about it. Move on to something. No, identify. Know what you're feeling, okay? And while you're knowing what you're feeling, that can help you set those limits and know those limits and set those limits for strong boundaries. Tune into your feelings, as we can see how this kind of rolls into the next bullet point here. Tune into your feelings. All right? When you are tuning into your feelings, you are interacting with yourself. And then you are allowing yourself to feel what you're feeling. Okay? So Tune in, hone in on what you're feeling. I've always been a advocate of this. If it doesn't feel right, don't do it. There is the gut and mind correlation, the relationship there. If it doesn't feel right in the gut, don't do it. If you get that gut feeling that something just isn't right, don't do it. Tune into your feelings. So check this out. When someone acts in a way that makes you uncomfortable, that's a cue. That's a cue to us that they may be violating or even crossing a boundary that you have set. That's a cue that they may be violating a boundary that you have set. When you have set that boundary, come on, we got to maintain it. It's for our own mental good. It's for our own mental health. We have to maintain what we set. Okay? All right, let's go on to the next one here. Be direct. Be direct. I can't, you have some people that find offensive in every little thing that you say, every little thing that you do. They're finding some type of offense. But guess what? That person may need to get some help on their own. But you, my friend, can be direct in what you're feeling. Okay? And when you're direct in what you're feeling, and that's assertive communication. Assertive, be assertive. Use those phrases that we talked about in a few videos ago. Use those phrases. Use them. Be assertive. Be direct. So with some people, maintaining healthy boundaries doesn't require a direct and clear-cut dialogue. But usually, this is the case if people are similar in their communication styles, personalities, and general approaches to life. They'll approach each other similar, on a similar spectrum. Be direct. There's nothing wrong with being direct, people. I advise you to be direct, but don't be offensive. That's where we go wrong. When we're offensive and we're being, as some may say, arrogant. Some people can't take your directive approach. So you got to learn who to be direct with. That's getting in touch with your feeling. And that's knowing the people that you deal with around you. Okay? All right? All right. I'm trying to get through these as quick as I can. Give yourself permission. Fear, guilt, self-doubt are big potential downfalls. Okay? We might fear another person's response if we set and enforce the boundaries. But guess what? If they're not for you, they're against you. So if you set those boundaries and maintain them, if they can't respect that, are they your friend? And the same thing goes with family members. If they can't accept what you have set, then you might need to put some distance between you and that family member, between you and that friend, until they can learn, hey, I got to accept or respect their wishes. All right? So boundaries are not just a sign of a healthy relationship. They're a sign of self-respect. Okay? I have friends who are not married. They still live the life of a bachelor, even though they are married. Some of them. I don't do that. And they know not to invite me out to places where I'm not going to feel comfortable. If I don't feel comfortable in the place, I'm not going. Number one, that's self-respect. Number two, have to respect my marriage. Number three, my friends respect the fact that, hey, well, Bobby isn't going to go with us here. But he may go with us over here because, it's a more generalized type of guy fun. And there's nothing wrong with hanging with the fellas as long as it's not to the point where you are doing something detrimental to your marriage. Okay? or even friends. Let me get on this one. Friends, so-called friends, who just go along with everything you say. You can do no wrong. Furthermore, let me tell you this. You need to learn to keep your business inside your house. Set that as a boundary, okay? Not reaching out to Tom, Dick, and Harry, Mary, Jane, and Sue, telling them everything that's going on in your house, and then you're wondering why they're looking at you differently. You're wondering why they're looking at your spouse differently. Well, if you've thrown your spouse under the bus, what do you expect? If you can't respect your spouse enough to leave your business at home, you don't need to be married. Point blank. I'm trying to get through these, y'all. Practice self-awareness. Boundaries, again, are all about honoring your feelings. Practice self-awareness. Consider what you are doing at the moment when someone is asking you to do something for them. You know, and see, here's the thing. People may not understand that while it looks like you have all this free time on your hand, you actually don't. If you're doing something for yourself, that's for you. Do it for yourself. Okay? Let's move on. Consider your past and your present. That's self-explanatory enough. You know, beyond relationships, maintaining a healthy boundary, again, is more or less tuning into your feelings. Make self-care a priority. Make it a priority. Caring for yourself, make that a priority, okay? Seek support if you need it. There's nothing wrong with asking for help on your feelings and your emotional self. Ask for the help that you need. There's nothing wrong with that. Be assertive. We've already covered that, okay? And then the number 10 thing, which is going to carry a lot of weight, start small. If there's something that you know that you need to do for yourself, start small and then gradually grow into your self-awareness. Gradually grow into that person that you want to create or reinvent. Gradually grow into the person that you want to be. Set those small boundaries, okay? Set those small boundaries. Set them where they are achievable and not overwhelming, all right? Next time, maybe Thursday, we'll go over some more starting small boundaries that can help you in your own self-development and in your own self-awareness. Until then, folks, I hope you have enjoyed the video today. If you are benefiting from what is being said in the videos and the tips that I'm giving, please like, share, and subscribe, even on the podcast community. I've been enjoying the podcast community. You guys are great. YouTube community, you all are great. The IG community, you all are great. Facebook community, you all are great as well. So look, if you need some help with something, reach out to me. I'm here for you. I'll be glad to help you. Thank you guys. Have a great day.